Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is a B1 level lesson. It's part 3 on socializing, and today we're going to be talking about how to greet people. So Alyssa and Sophie were good friends at school. They haven't seen each other for almost 10 years. So how do you think they'll greet each other, and what questions will they ask each other? So you can think about those. So have you ever run into an old friend or colleague in this way? And run into is a phrasal verb meaning to meet someone unexpectedly. And if you have, who did you meet? Where were you? What did you talk about? And were your lives the same or different as the last time you met? You can answer those questions on your own. So we usually express happiness and interest when we meet people we like, especially if we haven't seen them for a while. So in your country, how do you greet people? Do you usually shake hands? And do you have something called small talk in your country? Small talk is usually just things that you talk about that really aren't that important. They're just to show friendliness, asking about the weather, work, the person's family, things like that. All right, so Harry and Maria bump into each other on the street, and again, bump into each other and run into each other are similar. It means that they meet each other unexpectedly. And listen to the beginning of their conversation, and then we'll answer these questions.
Excuse me, I think you dropped this.
Oh, thanks very much. Wait a minute. Harry? Is that you?
Hello, Maria. What a surprise. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. How about you?
I'm fine. I haven't seen you for ages.
No, it must be 5 years at least. Do you still live in Westview Street?
Of course we do. Where else would we live?
Okay, so which person recognizes the other person first? Well, Maria, uh, she recognizes Harry first. And according to Maria, how long has it been since they last saw each other? She said at least 5 years. And what do you learn about Harry? We learned that he still lives in a house on Westview Street. All right, so now we're going to listen to a longer part of the conversation, and you'll be paying attention to the words in bold.
Excuse me, I think you dropped this.
Oh, thanks very much. Wait a minute. Harry? Is that you?
Hello, Maria. What a surprise. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. How about you?
I'm fine. I haven't seen you for ages.
No, it must be 5 years at least. Do you still live in Westview Street?
Of course we do. Where else would we live? What about you? Have you moved back to this area?
No, I'm just here visiting a friend.
Well, what a coincidence.
Do you still work at the hospital?
Yes, I've been there for 10 years now. Can you believe it?
10 years.
To be honest, I'm not sure anything has changed since I last saw you.
Oh, come on.
What about you? Are you still living in Valley View? How did your new job work out?
You have a good memory. Yes, I'm still in Valley View, and everything is going very well.
That's great news.
All right, so we're going to talk a little bit more about these phrases in bold. Is that you? How are you? How about you? I haven't seen you for ages. Well, what a coincidence. Can you believe it? Oh, come on. And that's great news. So, have you ever run into an old friend or colleague in this way? So, Mark has returned to his hometown. He hasn't been there in 5 years. He runs into his former English teacher, Mr. Lambert, and used the example phrases to show surprise and interest and use questions to ask for information. So you want to write a dialogue between Mark and Mr. Lambert, and you can use some of these phrases. And so go ahead and try that on your own. Now we're going to listen to the final part of the conversation between Maria and Harry, and then answer these questions.
Hi, Maria.
Hey, Yolanda. Great to see you. And you're on time. Yolanda, I'd like you to meet Harry Merton. We used to live next door to each other. Harry, this is my good friend Yolanda.
Good morning, Mr. Merton. Nice to meet you. I'm Yolanda.
Nice to meet you too, Yolanda. Listen, I'm sorry to rush off, but I need to pick up Valerie from the hairdresser's.
No problem. Say hello to her from me.
Will do. She'll be pleased to hear that you're doing well.
It was great to see you.
You too. All the best. Take care of yourself. Goodbye, Yolanda.
Bye.
Okay, so who joins the conversation? Yolanda. And Maria says something to her friend that shows they planned to meet. What does she say? Well, she says, "You're on time." We learned something new about Maria and Harry. What is it? We learned that they used to live next door to each other. And the new person addresses Harry in a formal way. What does she call him? She calls him Mr. Merton. And why does Harry have to leave? He has to pick up Valerie at the hairdresser. And Harry uses a common forward expression as he says goodbye to Maria. What is it? He says, "Take care of yourself." All right, so here are some examples of other ways to say goodbye. It was great to see you. Nice to see you again. I'm sorry, but I have to go. Take care of yourself. Hope to see you again soon. Look after yourself, and bye for now. All right, so Tony and Chris bump into each other. So they meet on the street, and we're going to look at the order that you hear these phrases in the conversation.
Hi, Chris.
Oh, hi, Tony. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good, thanks. You look happy. What's going on?
Well, I applied for that job in Canada.
Yes?
And I didn't think I would get it.
Yes?
Because I didn't have enough experience.
Yes?
Well, they offered it to me this morning.
Wow. What great news. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Okay, so if we put these in order, letter B was first. Hi, Chris. And then letter F. Oh, hi, Tony. And then letter E. Well, I applied for that job in Canada. It's number 3. A is number 4. And I didn't think I would get it. And then D is number 5. Wow, what great news. And let's see. C is number 6. Thanks. Oh, no, this is number 6. Congratulations. And thanks is number 7. So what do you think they're going to talk about next? So just think about that and make a guess. All right, so we're going to read the second part of the conversation, and then we'll listen to the recording separately. So there are 5 differences between the text and the recording, and what are they? So thanks, to be honest, it hasn't really sunk in yet. You must be really happy. I am, or I will be when it sinks in. That's wonderful. I'm really excited for you. Thanks. So when do they want you to start? In about 2 months. There's some paperwork first, and then I'm off to Vancouver. Off to Vancouver. That's excellent. Have you ever been to Canada before? Yes, a couple of times, but I've never been to Vancouver. All right, so now we'll listen and mark the differences.
Thanks. To be honest, it hasn't really sunk in yet.
You must be really excited.
I am. Or I will be when it sinks in.
That's excellent. I'm really pleased for you.
Thanks.
So, when do they want you to start?
In about 6 weeks. There's some paperwork first. And then I'm off to Vancouver.
Off to Vancouver. How cool! Have you ever been to Canada before?
Yes, a couple of times. But I've never been to Vancouver.
All right, so you must be really excited. Here he said, that's excellent. I'm really pleased for you. Here he said 6 weeks. And I forget what he said. What was the last one? Let's see here. We go back. And how cool was the last one? How cool. All right, so there are a lot of ways to express interest. These are positive attitudes or adjectives, sorry, that you can use to show interest. Cool, great, excellent, wonderful, fantastic, good, unbelievable, terrific. And then you can put them into phrases. How great, that's fantastic. What terrific news, that's so cool. You can also use an adjective by itself, such as great. So, all right, we're going to listen to the final part of the conversation and then answer these statements true or false.
It's supposed to be a beautiful city. I was watching a travel program about it the other week. Apparently, it's great for outdoor activities. Everything from cycling and sailing to snowboarding.
Yes, that's what they say.
Sounds like I might need to come for a visit.
Absolutely. Just give me the chance to get there first.
Look, I need to get going.
Sure.
But let's catch up and celebrate. It's fantastic news, Chris.
Thanks very much, Tony.
Okay, so the first one, Chris read a book about Canada the other week. That was false. Said something about a TV program. Tony would like to visit Chris in Vancouver. That's true. And Tony organizes to meet Chris later the same day. That's false. He just said, let's get together soon. All right, so Eddie and Stafford went to university together and they bump into each other for the first time in 4 years. And for this one, I'd like you to write a dialogue between Eddie and Stafford. And so here are the steps, and you would need to put those into phrases, sentences and phrases using the adjectives and expressions that we just took a look at. And you can try that on your own. Okay, so you listen to Harry, Maria, and Yolanda. This time, you can for more practice, you can make another conversation for Katie, Stephanie, and Katie's friend Matthew. Katie and Stephanie know each other, but Stephanie and Matthew have never met. And before working on your dialogue, think about these questions. So think about, how do Stephanie and Katie know each other? How long have they known each other? How long has it been since they saw each other? And what do Katie, Stephanie, and Matthew do? So answer those questions and then use the information plus the expressions and words that we've learned in this lesson to write a dialogue among the three of these people. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, and if you have any questions or want to share some of your writing, please put that in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.